Hi everybody, it's Fraboy Master back from Teenage Mutant Ninja Scrubs, and we've got a wee bit of a kind of rant video today just regarding the global events and the leaderboards and how people are actually making it into tier 3 and forcing out legit players who are actually just playing the game, trying to get their global event credit score per hour up as high as possible by legitimately playing content or playing through the same missions and perfecting speedruns and stuff like that. Now, over the last few days, it's become apparent quite simply that the leaderboard system is completely and utterly flawed, and there is a number of reasons for that. One of the main reasons simply is that people are actually playing global events, they're actually playing missions that aren't actually part of the global events, where there's missions and incursions and legendaries that actually have the modifiers attached. So to me, they're not actually part of the global events playlist, so to speak. So people are actually playing Clear Sky, setting up for the bosses, doing other missions, setting up for bosses, and then going back for an hourly run to complete these partially finished missions and increase their earnings exponentially over that 1 hour period. But also a lot of people apparently are actually running last stand, stacking up caches and then opening those caches up within the hour period in order to further augment their scores, which quite simply actually forces the top tier number up higher, which then in turn forces the lower part of tier 3 number to be higher as well. Now, over the last few days, you'll have seen myself, Vandal, Artorius, I Am Crap at FIFA, basically perfecting a run on Hudson Refugee Camp, which is part of the global event playlist, in order to show people that you didn't have to do Clear Sky in order to get on that tier list. But what we weren't aware of at the time, it was quite simply that people, as I said, are actually partially completing set amount of missions and events, stacking up last stand caches, and then finishing off those events, opening up their caches, and quite simply augmenting and exponentially increasing their global events credits earned per hour in a cheesy manner, or a glitchy manner. Now, I don't blame these people, because quite simply it's a system that's there, and Massive have allowed that to be part of the game. Now, my suggestion for actually fixing that is quite simply remove global event credits from any mission or any cache that isn't actually part of the global event itself, where the duplicate modifier is applicable within the mission or the incursion, so that, quite simply, legitimate players who are just looking to play for an hour, try and get their score up and actually earn credits while they're doing it, will actually have a chance of hitting tier 2 and hitting tier 3. Now, I have a real fear that the global event score that I reached last night is 5,057, I think. Now, I reached that last night believing, that'll get me onto the bottom of tier 3, and I'll be able to obviously reap the benefits of obtaining the 3 masks. Now, it does appear that score at the bottom of tier 3 is actually risen even further. I think it's at 5,300 and something now, which, given the way that we were playing the game legitimately, it just means I'm never going to be able to actually reach tier 3 because of the cheesers and glitchers who are actually playing content in a manner that allows them to cheese a higher score, a higher gear global events credit score in order to be top tier 3 and actually reap the benefits, and it forces other players out who do seem to be just, apparently playing the game legitimately and trying to get through content. Now, in the background here, you're actually watching not a Clear Sky run, a Dragon's Nest run, which is part of the global events playlist that does have them with 2 modifiers activated, and this took us 30 minutes to run through. It was a legitimate run. I was playing with people, as you can see, Pepe Evo Elmo, We've got Dwayne Kelly in there, and we've also got Artorias in there. These are all seasoned players who know what to do in any given mission. They know that we were looking for double headshots and all that kind of stuff. We absolutely stormed through this mission, but it actually took 30 minutes for us to complete it. Now, if you were to complete that twice, I believe it would get you maybe about 3,500 credits. Now, if that's an hourly playthrough, and that was the maximum you could get from doing an incursion, the leaderboard itself currently is flawed, where people are actually earning well over 11,000 for the top earner on console on Xbox One, showing that, you know, these people are clearly glitching, they're clearly stacking last stand clashes, they're clearly not doing the global events playlists that has the double modifier in them. They're doing clear sky, quick 5-minute runs, and repeating that process and ultimately forcing people out of doing the actual, you know, what it'll actually finally do is force people out of doing the actual global event playlists that has the modifier on them. You actually play the other content that they wouldn't normally be playing because they'd be wanting enjoying, you know, the double headshots and the event itself and the text in the manner that it was given. And the issue that I've got with that is quite simply massive. You must have seen this coming. Apparently it was actually reported, I believe by Marco Style, in the PTS, but also reported at day one as well, that it was still active. It was still a means to actually get a higher gear, I keep saying gear, I'm about to keep saying gear score, to get a higher global events credits per hours earned. And this was reported. It's something that they said in the State of the Game just yesterday, that it is something that they're looking at. But, you know, to me the answer's quite simple. Remove global events credits from any type of cash that you can stock up. Remove it from any mission that isn't actually part of the global events playlist, where you can't actually activate 2 modifiers. And if people want to do clear sky, they can do that, but they won't actually reap an additional benefit of getting the extra credits super fast and basically cheesing the system and cheating, you know, basically cheating legitimate players out of being able to get onto that tier 3 grouping and actually be part of the 5% of people that actually will be looking to get those earnings. Now, again, one of the other issues that's cropped up that we found out is that it's only the top 5% of players on the tier, in the leaderboard, in fact, that are actually going to be able to earn the tier 3 reward, which is the 3 masks. Now, to me, that's flawed in itself, because what you're actually saying is, if you have a family or a job or a life outside a game and where you can't sit down and play games 24/7, you might as well not bother actually playing global events and trying to get on the leaderboard, because it's not going to happen. What is actually happening right now is people who have spare time and bucket loads are actually able to play the game and get on these leaderboards, and it actually just shoves out any type of casual player that may only have a few hours a week or a few, you know, an hour a day or so on and so forth. It is forcing these people out and saying, yeah, well, you're not actually really good enough or play enough in order to get on that leaderboard and earn the rewards. And I'm talking about, you know, tier 1 as well. A lot of people will actually be forced out of tier 1 rewards because so many people are glitching the system and cheesing the system, I should say, in order to actually get a higher gear score, which basically in turn makes the lowest amount of credits required to be earned significantly higher, and forcing people out from being in even the tier 1 grouping, which to me is flawed beyond belief. The fact that people are actually playing missions repeatedly over and over again that aren't actually part of the global events playlist that has the 2 modifiers in it, you know, screams volumes in itself. And I do appreciate that Massive are trying to open this up to everybody, but simply what they're saying is, to me, essentially, and, you know, comment if you think I'm wrong, but, you know, if you're a semi-casual player or a casual player, then yeah, you might as well not bother, because it's actually only really the hardcore players that we want to be doing this. And you're actually talking about people who don't have jobs, don't have kids, or don't have a life outside of being able to turn on their console 24/7 and playing consistently over a long period of time, which I think is wrong as well. So Massive, I'm hoping that you do actually watch this video, you take heed of what I'm saying, take some advice. You know, I'm not saying attach a mask to this event, attach a mask to that event. You know, I'm not going to go down that route. A simple solution in order to even out the leaderboards significantly right at the moment is to remove credits from last stand caches, DZ caches, remove earnable credits from missions that don't apply the duplicate modifier for the global events, and that will actually even out the leaderboard a little bit and give people a chance to actually, you know, work on trying to get even into tier 1, tier 2, and, you know, ultimately tier 3, and basically stop the cheesers and the glitchers from taking advantage of the system that you've put in place and allow other people to actually have a chance of reaping those same benefits as well. Now, I do think it's inherently wrong for you to have came on stream and actually said that only 5% of players playing the Division will be in tier 3 and earn those 3 masks. I think that is completely and utterly wrong. You know, you're making those rewards exclusive to a very small player base, which in turn will actually turn a lot of people off the game and off the event itself, because they'll see absolutely no point in playing it, even for the small amount of time that they might be able to play it per day or per week. So I'm asking you to take heed of what I'm saying there. There is different solutions. You could attach masks to, for instance, one event or 2 events or doing certain things in the game. You could attach a mask to doing different commendations and stuff like that. You could attach a mask to the leaderboard itself, but the leaderboard in its current state is inherently flawed, and basically what Massive are telling us is unless you are a person who has a life outside of gaming, who doesn't have any kids, who doesn't have any job, and you're able to turn on your Xbox 24/7, utilise these cheeses, utilise these glitches, then yeah, you're not really good enough to actually earn that reward, and that quite simply isn't the case. I'm sure the developers intended for people to play the content as it was presented and as they intended it to be played, and it's clearly not what's happening at the moment. Now, I'm going to give a big shout out to Vanity Gaming. If you've not checked out his channel on YouTube, his channel is Vanity Gaming and it's on YouTube. He's also on Twitch. He streams quite regularly now. Artorius Gaming, he's got a YouTube channel as well. Check him out on YouTube. Big shout out to Pepe Evil Elmo. Big shout out to Dwayne Casey. A big shout out to a number of guys. Big shout out to Rage. A big shout out to Rev Gummy, who we were playing with last night. We caught up with Rev last night. We caught up with Ray Jones last night as well. We had a lot of fun. We spoke about these issues at length. I came off the game after finding out what was going on with the leaderboard. Spoke at length through chat on Discord with Vandalex Gaming on his Discord channel, which is Vandalex Gaming, so check that out as well. I spoke at length with these guys and with Vandal in particular about this particular issue regarding the leaderboards and stuff like that. Now, I know Vandal put out his video today. My solution is different from his for the short term. So check out his video to see what his thoughts are on it. And, you know, that's about it, guys. Thank you very much for staying this long. I do appreciate you watching and listening to the Crazy Scotsman having a rant about this. But I do feel a bit aggrieved that earning 5,057 credits in 1 hour isn't enough to get me onto tier 3, given that if you were to do this particular incursion, i.e. the hardest endgame content that gets you the highest amount of credits per mission, so to speak, that is 3,500 maybe credits. I've actually been able to earn legitimately 5,057 credits, and it's not enough to get me on that tier 3 leaderboard. And I do fear that the continuing issue of people glitching Clear Sky, cheesing Clear Sky, I should say, sorry, and, cheesing those caches to earn extra credits is going to actually force me down out of tier 3 and into tier 1, and possibly even out of tier 1. And I would feel very aggrieved that my very honest and legitimate efforts to get credits per hour is up as high as possible by playing the game as it's presented, as the developers intended as they play it, is going to be all for naught. I won't receive these, I don't think I'll be receiving these rewards, and that will simply be because the game won't have been fixed. They won't have came up with a solution, and they won't have actually been honest about the exclusivity of the items themselves. Massive, you've got to look at yourself and think, is it fair to say only 5% of people playing the game are actually going to get all 3 masks? I don't think it is. Give everybody the option, the opportunity to play a little bit of it and actually work towards getting those very exclusive, very much wanted variety items. So with that being said, thanks very, very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you sticking by me this long. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, if you do agree with what I'm saying, please hit that comment section. More importantly, hit that like, hit that subscribe, share with your friends, let everybody know. You can be part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Scrubs community. Scrubs for life. Thanks very much for watching.
Let's wait for the fire to go. I didn't even notice that was up.
I'll pop a blue when you go. Let me know when you're going.
Let's go. Now.
Go for it.
Perfect blue, thank you.
You need a blue on this because of the enemies, the poison effect. It's really, it's really troublesome.
Yep.
Man, they should be getting burnt up down there by the fire.
They're coated in Teflon. Fire doesn't affect them.
When I get my kill, my turret will stay out longer, so in my box. Give me that kill.
Right, my box is it.
So when my fire turret, when my gun turret gets a kill for me, does it keep it out longer when I have that talent on?
Yeah, it should do, yeah. Definitely.
The only thing they changed is talented skills no longer activated. They probably changed predatory too, I bet.
It doesn't what?
Talented no longer works with your skill. So if your skill gets the kill, it no longer procs talented.
That's whack.
Yep.
So I don't need to run talented then at all.
Nope. One less item for skill builds to use.
Getting the right.
Well, now I need to get some different guns for my skill build.
For self-preserved will be what I use now.
Yeah, I'll probably rock some different guns than this predatory guns. Even though I miss it, I love it.
Well, I don't know if
Oh,
Predatory
Predator's a
has it.
great skill.
Yeah, but these guns have talented on them.
Yeah.
Snipers.
So if it's not working with the skill, I have no use for it.
Ah.
That close
Oh,
enough to burn
nice.
those guys up there? There we go. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Where are they coming from? There they are.
I've got a blue ready for when you want that button going.
Wait 1 sec. The fire goes and then.
Go for
Ready.
it. Go for it. Go. We got you covered.
Tell me when. Now. We got it. I'll just pop that because might as well.
Peppy, are you still using that damn pea shooter?
Yeah, I am, man. This pea shooter wrecks. It's gone from being a pea shooter to a fucking laser beam Mac
Is
cannon.
that a first wave?
Yeah.
X45?
Yeah, it's a
That better
first
be the
wave.
first wave X45. Alright.
Yeah. Well, every pistol is the same now. I
Do
don't
be a
see the difference.
93R, you get a 3-burst shot.
I like this just a
No,
little
the
bit more.
first wave has the most damage.
It has a
No,
little
but
bit
you're
more
not doing it
accuracy.
for damage, you're just doing it for headshots.
Yeah. I like this just, it's just a little bit more accurate. The first wave has that recoil, which is a bit frustrating. And spread.
No, just put the stability on it. You put the silence on it that got stability. And the underbarrel that has stability. My box is out. I got it.
Do you know how they're ranking us on the leaderboards or not, Fraboy?
I don't know, buddy, I don't know. We'll wait and find out.
Everything? There's a guy over here. Yep. Right now I'm actually enjoying PvE a lot more than PvP. I don't want to go in PvP.
Yeah, because I was like
I'm the
not
opposite. I
even playing
prefer
PvE at
PvE.
all.
I prefer PvE there to PvP.
I like both.
Because I'm a noob.
You
Fuck.
Snipers.
I'm glad they added this stuff, huh?
Oh, I just wrecked 2 guys there.
good shot. And can we go place it? Oh, let's go. You ready? Don't.
Go for it.
I'm going for it. Tell me when you're there. Go.
Now.
Did we get it? I don't think we got it. Nope. Yes, we did. Good. Fire. Fire burns. Oh, shoot, 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 shoot. You got a guy right behind you.
Ouch, missed him.
Good, Sticky.
No more fire.
2 guys in the right, 2 guys in the right.
Pulse out. Sticky bomb out.
And... ooh, I got a classic M1A. Crappy, crappy, crappy. Everything's crappy. I don't need it.
Anybody get an MDR?